Hey, so the last of the elements that I'm going to talk about are the water signs. So, last but not least, they're really important because it's the end of every cycle. The first cycle ends with Cancer, our second cycle in the zodiac wheel ends with Scorpio. And then the last sign in the entire zodiac is Pisces. So those are water signs. The key words we want to think of with our water signs are deep emotion, our subconscious, our psychic energy, our family history, and our family past, things that are learned through our mother's side, really, because it's lunar energy. The psychic connections that we have to the collective, so to everyone, the psychic bonds that exist that are unseen, that we can't see, but that are there. Immense feminine energy. So earth signs are also feminine energy, but water is like this immense feminine energy. Empathic, so the ability to feel and be in tune with others, and magnetic qualities. Water sign, you want to think about magnetism. How is water signs in astrology similar to the element of waters? When you think about water in nature, you have ocean, lakes, streams. Especially when we think about the ocean, it is just deep and dark, right? Like they say, the depths of the ocean, no one has ever even reached there. There's entire lives underneath the water, that we are not even aware of, and that is what water is all about. The water signs being aware of largely what so many are not aware of. They are in tune with everything that is dark, everything that is hidden. That's why they can be very in tune with just sex, emotions, psychic energy. They are the mediums around us, and the clairvoyants, and the intuitives, and the people who are just in touch with the unseen world, and the things that a lot of people are scared of, that are oftentimes seen as taboo. This is what the water signs, they dive into these areas and they're not afraid. They feel comfortable, they feel at home. Water is covering like 70-80% of the planet. It makes up 70-80% of our body, and that is water energy. It's like everywhere. It connects us all. It's something that we all look to for life. And that is how water energy really is. It's really connected to the all. It's really about sharing and nurturing, and exchanging with the all. Water signs are doing it all the time, just naturally. Somebody with a lot of water in their chart, it's just going to feel natural to get these psychic messages, to be able to read people's minds, to read energy, to soak up currents like a sponge. You're soaking everything up, and you're just drowning in the stream of consciousness that exists out in the world, this collective stream of consciousness. And that's why water ends every cycle, because water is the element that has the power, very powerful elements, powerful feminine energy. But water has the power to receive all of the energy of the first three elements. All of the fire, the air, and the earth is able to take all of that in and then really transform it, allow it to be and flow. So once all of that energy goes into water at the end, it just goes into our collective unconsciousness, and that's why it exists as psychic energy. It's all the energy that never dies, that's always here, and water signs are very much so in tune with that energy. It's the energy that's passed down generations in your family. Your great 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 grandfather was addicted to alcohol, and now there's alcohol addiction in your family. Water energy is just energy of the past that is carried on. That's why it's attached to our deep-seated emotions. When we feel a deep anger for someone or something, or we're deeply attached to someone or something, we're brooding on something, we can't let go of guilt or our anger, we're really holding on to it, and it seeps into our subconscious, and it becomes a very powerful energy that we give off that we may not even be aware of. It's no longer in our conscious mind. It has seeped into our subconscious energy field. you know, and that gives a whole nother effect. Water, what we say, goes with the flow. Water signs are very much so able to go with the flow. They're able to get along with all sorts of people and be in all sorts of situations, because they really can just feel the energy and go with it. Sometimes for better or for worse. They can be emotional manipulation when a water sign is just, you know, I guess negatively balanced or not healthy. So a water sign can be very powerful in that sense. So when you have a lot of water in your chart, you want to watch out for things like that. Your ability to become emotionally manipulative or just too caught up in your emotions, overly sensitive, overly suspicious because you're just too caught up in your subconscious own mystery and darkness. But at a very high level, person with a lot of water in your chart, you're highly developed feminine energy. That means you're highly clairvoyant. You have a lot of magic. You have a lot of power. You have a lot of magnetism. You have a healthy emotional balance. Your emotions flow. But if you have a lot of water in your chart, those are your gifts. Your emotion is really your gift, and your emotion is your power, and you should not be afraid of it. If you don't have any water in your chart, or you only have one or two water signs, that means you really need to develop your feminine energy. You really need to develop your magnetic powers. You need to develop your psychic powers, and you really should explore your past, your family past, your mother's side, family patterns, and really dive into your own subconscious, your subconscious fears, your subconscious motivations, and that will help you to develop your water energy. So those are water signs. Thanks for checking it out. Let me know what you think.